Donald Trump has officially won the US presidential election. Bitcoin hits a new all-time high in the same day. And are we about to see $1,000 Solana this cycle now? This is your Altcoin Buzz News. Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Cody, and if you're new here, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you know when we latest content. Follow us on Twitter, AltcoinBuzzIO, and as always, not financial advice, and wish you the best of luck in your crypto ventures. Oh, wow. All right, you guys. So Donald Trump has officially won the U.S. election. We can see here on Polymarket everything that has happened here. The Trump odds hit 100%. He won all of these different swing states here. And we have the Republicans in Senate and the House as well. So it has been a sea of red over the last 24 hours, and Bitcoin has actually hit a new all-time high. So Bitcoin hit $75,000 actually before he was officially announced. So it was the lead up where all the swing states were coming in, all the votes were being counted. So Bitcoin was going up to $75,000. It was crazy to watch in real time as this thing just pumped from around 70 to 71,000 all the way up to 75 in the same day. Now, Bitcoin's recent surge is fueled by the election result in the United States, obviously with pro-crypto candidate Donald Trump securing an early lead, and data shows that Trump has secured 230. This is actually much more by the time this comes out. And so consequently, the broader crypto market has been reacting positively. All altcoins are up majorly. Bitcoin is up a lot. Most altcoins are up like at least 10%. And there's a lot of FOMO. There's a high level of FOMO right now. But I think we will get a little bit of a pullback. So don't worry, we'll get to that in a second. But currently, investors are bullish on the firstborn crypto asset as reflected in the comments across social media platforms like X, Telegram, and Reddit. And according to Sentiment, about 5.5 positive comments counter every negative remark about Bitcoin. So Sentiment suggests that the bullish attitude towards Bitcoin could lead to high volatility in the market. And it added that sentiment would continue influencing Bitcoin's price until the election is fully decided, which is pretty much happening right now or by the time this video comes out. Now, Bitcoin is currently at 74.5. It went to about 75.4-ish earlier today. However, we are consolidating above this, which is starting to look very nice. Now, what we wanted to see was Bitcoin break above this blue zone here, this major resistance decisively, which it has now. And we want to see it at least be able to hold above this level, somewhere around 72,500. As long as it can hold above that, that's very bullish. I think we probably will now that Trump has been elected and everyone believes that this is going to fuel the next major, massive rally because he's so pro-crypto and wants to bring, better regulations to America. And America just tends to lead with a lot of financial products. And with, crypto having a lot less, enemies this election, it's potential that Bitcoin can go a lot farther. But what does this actually mean for crypto now that Donald Trump is president? So we have from the outset of his campaign, Trump vowed to loosen restrictions on digital assets and blockchain technology firms in the U.S. He pledged to support the crypto industry by establishing a national Bitcoin reserve, which is huge, backing U.S.-based mining, opposing a U.S. CBDC, and advocating for self-custody rights. Additionally, his family's recent venture, World Liberty Financial, signals a deepening commitment to the sector, and it earned him the support of industry insiders and crypto participants who alleged they had been unjustly targeted amid a crackdown under the Biden administration. So Trump hammered home the promises last spring during a speech at Bitcoin Nashville, where he unveiled a plan to build a Bitcoin stockpile for the U.S. Federal Reserve, in addition to the promise to fire Securities and Exchange Commission Chair Gary Gensler, who we are all hoping is soon to leave. And actually, there was news that the next potential SEC chair could be Crypto Mom or Hester Pierce from the SEC, who is actually a lot more favorable towards crypto, which would be amazing. On the campaign trail, Trump pulled several publicity stunts to underscore his newfound commitment to promote and protect crypto, which he had called a scam just a few years ago, but so had a lot of people like Larry Fink. And he convened with Bitcoin enthusiasts in Washington, D.C., launched an eyebrow-raising DeFi platform, and bought burgers for supporters with Bitcoin at a bar for Bitcoiners in New York City. So this basically means crypto is going to the moon, or at least that's what we all hope. I think we're going to see a lot more focus on crypto in the U.S., which is amazing. It's hopefully going to be a lot easier for Americans and people to be able to bank. We've had issues with banks like Silvergate Bank and everything closing down. We've had issues with the ETFs not getting approved. All these things are hopefully going to be a lot easier under Trump's administration and for crypto as well, which actually leads into the next thing, where Solana has jumped 17%. It flipped the BNB token as Trump's lead now renews an ETF hope for Solana. Solana has jumped 17% in the last 24 hours as Donald Trump's lead over Kamala Harris renewed the odds of an ETF for the token. Now, according to Daniel Chung, markets are still heavily mispricing a Republican sweep, and the upside for the industry is likely much higher than previously anticipated. He said a SOL ETF likely happens in Q1 2025, putting SOL in a position to flip ETH and even trade at $1,000, which seems like a hefty target, but I would like to see something like that happen, obviously, as a SOL holder. But ETH did an insane run-up last cycle where it went from like $100 at the low of the last cycle to almost $5,000. So we had a similar run up from SOL of like $7 to around $1,000. That would be equally as amazing this cycle, especially if America is going to have ETFs and a much more crypto-friendly, administration. It is possible. I'd love to see it, but it seems a bit high for me. And Rennick Pally, founding partner at crypto venture fund Stratos, said that SOL was poised to be the next token with an ETF, as investors widely believe that tokens won't be viewed as securities by the Trump administration. And in early July, the SIBO submitted their filings with the Securities and Exchange Commission to list VanEck and 21 shares potential Solana ETF, which were initially filed in late June. So SOL has surged over $185 today, and it flipped BNB to become the fourth largest token behind Bitcoin, ETH, and the stablecoin USDT. Now, Solana, like we were saying yesterday, looks insane. It is at resistance now. A lot of things are starting to come into resistance. This is around where SOL was yesterday, and we're saying it on the 3-day chart. It had bounced from this level of support here and was looking amazing, and now it is coming up to resistance. Still looking good, but it's going to have to blast through this resistance before we want to start buying more or longing more. What I would like to see is it come through this resistance and then reclaim this level on a couple daily chart, a couple days. And then this is where we probably want to take another long around here. Or if it does come back down here, maybe it does something like this, and we're able to pick it up for another long position down there. Then moving on, we have FET, Tau, and other AI tokens rally as NVIDIA surpasses Apple. So artificial intelligence tokens FET, Tau, Render, and Near record double-digit gains as NVIDIA, the world's largest chipmaker, surpassed Apple in market valuation. I don't think it's just NVIDIA. I mean, that was definitely helpful, but it was also Bitcoin and the whole presidential election thing going on today. But definitely AI coins are following NVIDIA as well. So NVIDIA is doing well, especially pre-market here. It's at around 141. Now, FET, Tau, and others are following, and NVIDIA stock has risen by more than 190% this year, almost tripling on the strength of rapid sales growth and continued investment in generative AI and accelerated computing technologies. AI obviously is one of the huge narratives this cycle, and I think we're going to continue to see that. So we've seen FET go up 10 digits, or 10%, 10 digits. And actually, we had drawn this out a while ago. So we pretty much held at this box here like we thought. We have pumped. Now, I would like to see a little bit of a consolidation down here before doing a potential long. But otherwise, we could come back up here if we just continue to pump. If we continue to pump, I would like to see it come above here and hold this line here as a support. So we'd pump above 150 and then continue upwards. So Fetch AI looking pretty good. Tau also looking amazing. There's no position to take right now with this kind of 16% up on the day. We needed to see what happens over the course of the day and the next day. If this starts to consolidate down here, or if it continues pumping and then consolidates up here, we'll have to wait and see. A lot of these coins you don't want to be taking positions on right now because they're all up, insane percents. So we have Render here as well, which is up almost 12% on the day. It is one of the coins that is looking like it's in a better position to take a position. If we do consolidate around here at the $4.60 level, if we do somehow have a little bit of a pullback, this is a great place to take a position and set your stops beneath these recent lows and targeting for potentially these highs up here at $9, maybe even higher. Now that crypto could be starting the next wave of the bull run. So Render also looking pretty great as well. Did you know the oldest and one of the biggest Bitcoin Layer 2 networks is making some big moves? I'm talking about Rootstock and the Rootstock Collective. The collective is launching its first DAO on Rootstock. Now it can go fully decentralized and community-based. So let's take a look at the Rootstock Collective, the first DAO to launch on Rootstock. Rootstock started in 2018, making it the oldest Bitcoin Layer 2 network. And just last month, the Rootstock Collective DAO launched. And the team is celebrating with a huge event on Galaxy that includes 3 different quests. All the quests use the same Rift token that projects use to build dApps through stock tools. The Galaxy Quests go from now until December 18th, and you can win your part of $17,000 in prizes. So check out Rootstock Collective's quest on Galaxy today with a link down below. We have here's why Cetus Protocol's token has gone parabolic. And if you look at this today, this is Cetus Protocol. It went up to here. So it went in a singular day. It went up 112% today. And it wasn't just because of the election. So Cetus Protocol has gone parabolic today, reaching an all-time high and bringing its market cap over $90 million. So Cetus Protocol's token continued to soar after Binance said that it would list it with a seed tag on November 6th. The listing will coincide with that of COW, the token for the COW protocol, which also jumped over 71%. And so Cetus Protocol has become one of the biggest players in the DeFi industry, as it's a decentralized exchange with over $197 million in TVL, and it's helped propel Sui to become the 7th biggest layer 1 network for decentralized exchanges. So Cetus is a DEX on Sui, and obviously with Sui being as massive as it has been lately, Cetus is obviously growing, and this listing on Binance has propelled it up to this massive level today. It went to 39 cents, almost 40 cents, and now it's back down around 29 cents. So there's not a whole lot you can do right now when these huge listing things come out and there's just a massive candle. There's not a whole lot you can do. You would want to wait. It's probably not going to come all the way back down here to this level of support. It wouldn't be that bullish if it did come all the way back down here. But if it does consolidate here on a couple 4-hour candles, this could be an area where you start to see these highs, and maybe you make a position like that where you wait for a little bit of a high, you put a stop below that level right there, and you target these highs again. Whoops, you target these highs again. So something like that possibly. But yeah, there's not much to do right now with how it looks, and on the daily chart, it's just a massive over 100% candle. So nothing to do right there right now. Then moving on, we have Uniswap gears up for a golden cross following a massive 35% rally. Everything is up double digits today. So Uniswap's price has seen an impressive uptick, ending a months-long lack of momentum that persisted since early July. I also have a feeling that the coins that were being sued by the SEC, like Uniswap, may have gotten an extra bit of a pump today because they think, now that Trump is in the administration, it's a lot less likely that we're going to be sued by the SEC. Maybe the SEC is going to change. Maybe Gary Gensler leaves in January. And, maybe there's a better chance for all the companies that were being sued by the SEC. And Uniswap was one of them. Now, the macro momentum for Uniswap points towards potential growth as technical indicators, like the EMAs, suggest an impending golden cross. Uniswap is currently experiencing a death cross, which was formed 3 months ago when the 50-day EMA crossed below the 200-day EMA, signaling bearishness. Now, though, a 35% rally has closed the gap between these EMAs, and this is creating conditions that could soon yield a golden cross, the opposite, a bullish signal for future price increases. Now, a golden cross typically signals the end of a downtrend and the beginning of an uptrend, and this is definitely a time when market is shifting towards a much more bullish much more bullish environment. So obviously, we could see a golden cross here. Now, I don't use EMAs too much. However, they are pretty good indicators. I would like to see us come back down here. It probably wouldn't go back down this low, but if we can come down to around $8.40, I would like to pick this up as if we were able to hold above this level right here. If we break that back down into this area, into this range, it wouldn't be very bullish because we'd kind of lose all that momentum. So I wouldn't like to see it break down below that line. But if we can hold above this line for a day or so, I would like to potentially long this, as well as a whole bunch of other coins. You have to kind of just pick which ones because everything is looking very bullish at this point. But overall, looking very good on all crypto assets right now. But overall, Bitcoin is looking very nice here. As long as we can hold above this box, anywhere around 72,500. If we can hold above this, super bullish. And I think this week is going to be very interesting, very volatile, I think, for crypto. So we'll just have to kind of wait and see where Bitcoin goes over the next day or so. Hopefully it continues up, but I could see us consolidating here sideways for a couple of days and then going higher. But either way, this is the start of a very bullish period. Very great for crypto. And yeah, what a day. That's it for today, guys. I will see you tomorrow.